A solitary human sits at a small desk, late afternoon light cutting across the wooden floorboards. Black plastic headphones cover their two ears, sealing them inside a private world of organized sound. Suddenly, the head tilts back and drops forward in a rhythmic, repeated, and highly predictable motion. Nobody is watching. There is no audience to please, yet the movement continues, completely unprompted today. We might assume they are simply enjoying the song. But enjoyment does not require physical labor, and this is indeed physical labor. The human is expending energy to mimic a pulse they can only hear. This physical mimicry occurs because the human brain does not merely listen to sound. It actively prepares. When a beat enters the ear, it bypasses the logical centers and targets the motor system directly. The brain anticipates the next strike. To confirm this prediction, the body must move. It is a biological feedback loop. By physically moving the muscles of the neck, the inner ear registers a direct somatic confirmation of the auditory beat. Without this precise physical motion, the brain struggles to track the complex rhythm with absolute precision. This creates a strange problem. If the nodding is purely functional, then any steady rhythmic sound should produce the same effect. But humans do not nod to the steady drip of a leaking kitchen faucet. They do not bounce their heads to the rhythmic ticking of an old grandfather clock. There is a highly specific speed where this physical response is triggered. This rate has a precise, mathematically consistent value, mirroring the rhythm of a healthy human traveling on foot. Without this tempo, the sound remains mere noise, and the head stays completely still now during the quiet afternoon. To understand why this pacing matters, we must look at how the brain processes time. The auditory cortex communicates with the cerebellum, the ancient structure responsible for coordinating balance and movement. They are locked in a constant conversation. The brain is not just a passive listener, it is an active, moving partner. But this partnership creates a secondary problem. When the body moves to a beat, it alters how the ears receive the sound itself. As the head bobs down, the physical distance between the sound source and the ear canal shifts slightly. The brain must calculate this self-inflicted distortion and cancel it out in real time completely. This means the nodding gesture is actually a highly complex, resource-intensive calculation. It consumes cognitive energy that could be spent elsewhere. Why would an organism designed for energy conservation choose to waste power on an empty gesture? The answer lies in our evolutionary history, back when movement was a matter of life and death for us. Early humans had to coordinate physical actions over long distances, requiring a shared internal clock. That clock resides in our locomotion. The sweet spot is exactly 120 beats per minute. This rate is not arbitrary, it is the natural pace of human walking, the rhythm around which our entire biology is organized today. When music hits this tempo, it tricks the brain into feeling that we are moving forward with purpose. Even when the body is sitting perfectly still, the ancient machinery of locomotion remains active. To keep the simulation running smoothly, we must nod, bridging the gap between the music we hear and the steps we cannot take. So, the human in the quiet room is not merely listening to a song. They are marching through an imaginary landscape, guided by an invisible drummer. In a world full of complex noise, their quiet, rhythmic nodding is a small but beautiful reminder of a time when we walked together, moving to the very same beat. If you recognized yourself somewhere in this, subscribe. There is a whole field guide of human behavior still left to observe. A like or a comment genuinely helps these episodes find the people who would enjoy them, and that support is what allows us to keep making them. Tell us below which strange human habit the observer should study next.